Welcome to a very special episode of the Forgotten Podcast. I'm Jamie Cabe, and I am so very excited to have you here. Today, we are doing things a little differently than our normal format because, my friends, we recently crossed an incredible milestone. The Forgotten Podcast has reached and passed 1 million downloads. Can you believe this? I want to express my heartfelt thanks for being a part of this amazing community. Thank you for sharing, for listening, and supporting our work here. You are listening from all 50 states and over 150 countries around the world. It is an absolute joy to walk with you. And in celebration of our 1 million downloads, we have received an incredible opportunity to make a huge impact in our nation's foster care community together. A generous ministry partner has offered a matching grant of $20,000 to help us double our impact through the month of July. This means when you join our community of givers through Team 310 with a gift of any amount, now through the end of July, your gift will be matched up to $20,000. Team 310, which is based off the book in the Bible, Malachi 3:10, is our community of podcast listeners and other givers who share the dream of seeing God throw open the floodgates of heaven so that every child, parent, and worker in foster care will know they are not alone. They will know there is always hope in Jesus, the one who always sees, fully understands, and deeply cares for all people. To learn more about Team 310 and how you can join, head over to theforgotteninitiative.org/Team310. That's Team 310. I'd also like to take a moment to reflect on the Forgotten Podcast and our mission here at TFI. Our goal for this podcast is to share the stories of the foster care community. We want to learn from children, parents, and workers in foster care and grow in our awareness and understanding of the people of foster care. Because it's then, once we become aware, that we can take the next step of asking the Lord, what should our response be? His ways are higher than our ways. He has a plan for your life, one that is good, one that glorifies Him, and it's for your good and for the good of the world. At TFI, we envision a world where people everywhere are supporting the foster care community and experiencing Jesus together. A world where every foster care agency is supported by local churches working with one another. A world where relationships are formed, lives are changed, and the name of Jesus grows more famous. As I think back to the early days of the podcast, I'm reminded of the challenges and the joys that came with producing the show. Did you know my first recording studio was actually my closet in my bedroom? I have been incredibly blessed and grown in my own faith through this podcast. I've began to understand the people of foster care in a new way. I have been personally equipped in my own parenting journey. And I can say it is a great honor to do this work with you. And aren't our guests just the best? What a gift it is to hear from individuals who have personally experienced foster care, the courageous foster care alum who have been willing to share their stories with us. This is not something we take for granted. Whether it is the resilience of a child, the love and dedication of a parent, or the tireless work of an agency worker, these stories remind us of the importance of coming together to support, to lift up and encourage one another. And we have been reminded of the faithfulness of God through this podcast. Over and over, we've seen the way He has drawn near to the brokenhearted right in the middle of the struggle. In the unfinished stories, in the stories of reconciliation and redemption, He is always working. And you bring us joy. You challenge our thinking. You inspire us to keep going. Your feedback, your reviews, they have been a constant source of encouragement for me and the entire team. Not only to keep doing this, but to ensure we are meeting you right where you are in your foster care journey. Let me share a couple of reviews that have recently touched my heart. One reviewer wrote, "Wonderful encouragement. I often listen to foster and adoption podcasts, but none of them bring me the encouragement I need to keep going the way this podcast does. Thank you for always bringing biblical truth and encouragement to each episode and reminding us that He is the true healer." Love that. Another reviewer said, "Listen, it is so worth your time." She says, "I was hesitant to begin a podcast about foster care. I didn't think it would help, but boy, was I wrong. I was hooked by the first episode. As a foster parent, the topics are exactly what I need to hear. The people she interviews all do a great job telling their story. You won't be disappointed by spending your time and listening. Your life will be touched and you will learn something." I love these. These heartfelt reviews, along with many others, remind me why we do what we do. So thank you. Now, looking ahead, I am really excited for the future of this show. We have so much more to explore and share in the upcoming episodes. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Please reach out. Please share the topics you'd like for us to cover and the stories you'd like for us to highlight. We truly value your feedback. Now, as we approach our 200th episode, I am also happy to announce that every episode of the Forgotten Podcast is now available as video on YouTube. Isn't it fun to be able to see our guests and not only hear from them? In my opinion, it brings a whole new level to these conversations. I really hope this format creates an even deeper connection between you and the foster care community. To all our foster parents listening, thank you. Thank you for opening your homes and your hearts to children in need. Your dedication, your love, your faithfulness is making a profound impact on their lives. You are offering them a safe and a nurturing environment to grow and to thrive. To our social workers and our agency workers, thank you. Thank you for your tireless efforts in advocating for the best interests of children and families in the foster care system. Your work is vital in ensuring that every child receives the care and support they deserve. And to all our listeners and supporters of the Forgotten Podcast, thank you for being part of this community. Your awareness, your empathy, and willingness to learn are instrumental in creating a world where every child, every parent, every worker in foster care will know that they are not alone. And that there is always hope in Jesus, the one who always sees, who fully understands, and deeply cares for all people. In closing, remember, you can always catch up on past episodes and stay connected with us through our website or social media and on YouTube. If you haven't already, please leave us a review and share the podcast with your friends and your family. And don't forget, between now and through the end of July, when you join Team 310, your gift of any amount will be doubled up to $20,000 with this matching grant. Again, this is an incredible opportunity to impact the foster care community in a big way. So give today at theforgotteninitiative.org/team310. Again, that's /team310. Now, until next time, remember, if you feel unseen, if you feel misunderstood, or if you feel uncared for, you have a whole community here that cares deeply for you. And even more, Jesus. You have a God who cares deeply for you, who is able to meet your every need. Trust in Him. I look so forward to being back in this space together very soon.